we'll start by deleting everything, changing it to cycles, add a plane. This material can be put on anything, but we'll just demonstrate with a plane to start with. Put it with the default material, we'll be changing it heavily anyway. Turn on nodes, we need to unwrap our object first, so I'll put in the texture coordinate first, just to get this sorted. So I want to put that, click U, do unwrap. You can unwrap it into any position, but this is essentially now the same as if it was generated. But we'll need to add a mapping node. I want to stick in a gradient texture now, and I'll just say why that's what that does in a second. So quickly get a emission just to demonstrate what it's doing. So I'll put that to the output, and now we can see that this is the product of the gradient texture. So now that it's being mapped from a UV, we can see that if I change this to different kinds of gradients, it will give us different things. So I want to have a quadratic sphere, and I want to give it a color ramp. So now change that to constant just to get the hard edge circle. Switch these over. And then now we've got this circle in the bottom corner, but we'd rather it be in the center. So what you want to do is you want to change this from 0 to negative 0.5 and this to negative 0.5, purely because this is a 1 by 1 square and we can use its scale to orient it into the center. So now if we add a cube and I'll add a cube and then set its generator to UVs, and then pull over there, give it the same material, and now you can see that because its UV is like that, it's going to be unwrapped really poorly. So in case like this, it would be better to just have do the next step and it'll sort of figure it out. But yeah, it needs to be unwrapped, just remember that. So now we'll add a empty. This needs to be given a UV project modifier. We'll set it to its UV map. We'll select this object, and now it will follow. So I put this on material. Whatever texture is on this will put it into a different place. So you can also rotate it, showing you a bit more what the texture looks like. So if I say this to, the reason this changes size is because currently it's an oblong shape. So if I try and do negative 0.5, it'll just go up into the air. So it's going to be in a position above here because generated textures aren't 2D, they're more 3D. But yeah, you can rotate it, make it oblong. That's just because it's projecting onto a flat surface, so it'll eventually just be a single pillar. You can scale it, you can move it anywhere, and now if I do the same thing to this, so I give this one a empty as well. Give this a UV project modifier. Now you can see that it's doing its thing. So it doesn't act on its UV as much, but you can see that if I rotate it like this, so if I want to say have it on this face, I can go to the side, rotate it 90 degrees, grab it here, and it will be on this side. So you can feasibly have it on the corner as well. So if you were doing a if you subdivide this to make it a sphere, you want to put this on the bottom. You could essentially make an eyeball if you wanted, have it follow this, but you'd need to make it so that it would rotate and look at a object. So I think if we do a track to yeah, probably a track to. Does that work? Yep, it does. Just select the correct axis. Interesting. Does this work on this one? Yeah, it does. Probably need it on Y. So maybe if I... Oh, it needs to be closer, that's why. But yeah, you could feasibly make an eyeball like this. Yeah, just have a play around with it. And that's about the tutorial. You could also try and make a more interesting eye generated, so if you do this, and then make a mix RGB, you could try and make a different kind of eye. So if I change this, look at this one, I'll revert the colours. Probably add another invert on the end, and now you've got a ring instead. And you could possibly fill this with a different colour, so if I make this black or green or something, any kind of eye colour you want, just have a play around with it.